After days of sailing in the middle of the greatest ocean on the planet, there's relief. An island. Islands. Polynesia. At last, we're going to dream. Polynesia at palm tree level then, in the wake of a Poti Marara, a local fishing boat whose name evokes those flying fish that you glimpse through binoculars when you sail the open sea. But already, the open sea, the desert-like ocean seems so far away. The West and Europe even further away. Suddenly, there's a desire to experience for oneself the euphoria felt by those circumnavigators of the 18th century, those cooks or bougainville, those roamers of the sea who were the first to tell the story of this imaginary country, unknown even to its inhabitants, the Polynesians. A people scattered over more than 100 islands, sometimes a tiny strip of sand no higher than the water, sometimes as massive and as mineral as Maupiti, this enormous rock in the far west of the Windward Islands. Barely time to get away and there's a new sight. If there were a mental map of the world, a drawing pin would mark this as the archetypical island. In reality, you just say Bora Bora, and the dream machine is off and running. Bora Bora. Lots of things have changed here since those great rolling stones of literature passed through Polynesia, thirsty for fresh excitement. Melville, Lottie, Stevenson. What would they say about Bora Bora today and its bungalows with freshwater pools over the lagoon? Doubtless they would have picked up their charts and set sail once more, pursued by their dreams, in the search of that fantasy land, so multifaceted that from one island to another, everything is different. Doubtless there would have been one among them who would have made a stop at the discreet and mysterious island of Maupiti, the island covered in tropical plants and devoid of hotels. Maupiti, an island apart in Polynesia. Its inhabitants wanted to remain outside the dominant system in the hands of tour operators and holiday companies. The indomitable islanders of Maupiti, who now live by themselves, collect rainwater and barely tolerate visiting strangers. The well-founded fear of being once again devoured by a demon that may be called money or greed. Today, the islanders survive from copra, dried coconut meat from which manoi is extracted. They also gather leaves from a tree, the pandanus, woven sheaves of leaves that, to give a traditional look, will be used to roof the bungalows of the big hotels. In Tahiti, amongst others. Arriving in the port of Maupiti, surprise or disappointment? What? A big city? So where is this ideal world? What is this pale imitation of the West that so long ago Paul Gauguin wanted to flee the moment he arrived? 7 o'clock in the Tahiti square. Relaxed smiles along the quayside. They stroll along near the trailers where you can eat Chinese or local, chow mein or raw tuna with coconut milk. Opposite, the last planes take off for the islands. The last ferry for the island of Moorea has already left. In 30 minutes, it will be there. Air, space, and time, because that's what you need to understand this country. Yesterday at sea level, today at more than 2,000 meters altitude over the big city of Maupiti. Yesterday over coral in water at 27 degrees Celsius. Today, between crests that are inaccessible other than by long hours of walk, and then some. There, the mountain. We're very high. And suddenly, very suddenly, the sea, the waves, the lagoon, passing blue to green directly, without flourish, without transition. So there's this landscape that so fascinated the adventurers of the sea and other writers. A real or a mental landscape. In any case, a myth was born here, that of an ideal land. But everything becomes blurred so quickly. A chart was hardly drawn. You took your bearings from the high island, and there you go. Next archipelago, you had to start all over again. Now it's Rangiroa and its blue lagoon. Its blue lagoon and its exuberant marine life. It's the world of atolls. In the Tuamotus archipelago, you notice that it's often around the channels that the population is established. There, where in the water as on the land, there's life. But who are these people who live on atolls barely several hundred meters wide, within reach of the waves? French citizens? Yes, but what else? People of the sea? Of course. Robinson Crusoes or loners? Doubtless, but force of circumstance. Who are they? Did they know each other, at least among themselves, these unknown people of the Pacific? Sometimes trips between the islands are organized, a sort of twinning process where some talk of their low islands and others of their mountains. So what does an inhabitant of the atolls feel when he comes here to a valley in the Marquesas archipelago? And what can a mountain man from Marquesas think when he walks on a narrow tongue of land at sea level? For those who never go from one archipelago to another, there remain the dreams and the right to tell oneself stories. Once upon a time, there was a land in the middle of the sea where there were still islands to discover.